Hey there, it's Simon. Today we're going to tackle an issue with your LG washer that's become unbalanced, making a banging noise, displaying a UE error code, and leaving your clothes wet at the end of the cycle. This common problem can often be traced back to uneven footings, faulty shock absorbers, a broken spider assembly, a suspension spring that came off. Before we dive into Unbalanced world, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more DIY appliance repair tips. With a little guidance, you will be able to handle these repairs yourself and get your washer back to tip-top shape in no time. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you to do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. Let's start by gathering everything we need for today's repair job. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a pair of adjustable pliers, half-inch deep socket, some Vaseline, towel, and a boot seal clamp tool. The first thing to check is if the washer is leveled properly. If the floor is stable, can you rock the washer side to side? Level the washer and try again. Avoid carpets. If you're questioning the floor stability, place a 3/4 inch plywood plate under the washer. That helps in many cases, but if it's not, proceed with testing. Let's look at the shock absorbers. This LG washer has 3 identical shock absorbers, 2 in front and 1 in the rear. To check the shocks, place a good load of wet clothing inside, spread it evenly, then open the door and look at the position of the tub assembly. If it's not centered and is sagging to one side, that side shock absorber is bad. If the bottom of the tub sticks up, your rear shock absorber most likely is bad. Go to the rear and unplug the washer, turn the water off. Then put a towel under the connection and using the pliers, unscrew both inlet hoses. Using the Phillips screwdriver, remove 4 screws, lift the access panel up and out. Look inside the washer. Now you have access to all 3 shock absorbers. Take a look and evaluate them. If you see that one of 3 is bad, replace all 3. The spider assembly is a tripod that is bolted to the rear of the inner basket. The spider shaft is inserted through the rear tab bearings and the rotor is mounted to its end. So when the rotor turns, the inner basket rotates. When the spider is intact, the front basket rim is centered. A broken spider won't support the basket and it will sag below the door opening. Continuous use of the washer with broken spider may cause damage to the bearings, to the outer tub, and to the door boot seal. Next are the suspension springs. There are 2 identical suspension springs used in your LG washer. They are mounted to the upper frame, one on each side, and support the outer tub and the basket assembly. They never break, or I should say they almost never break. But if the washer is loaded with a single heavy object, like a large floor mat or a bedspread, the spring may come off from the frame on one side. Open the washer door and look at the tub position. If the tub is totally leaning to one side, you will need to remove the tub panel and check the suspension springs. As a result of our troubleshooting, we discovered the guilty party. It's one of the shock absorbers. Remember what I mentioned earlier? If one of the shock absorbers is bad, replace all 3. Let's start with the front shocks. Open the filter door at the bottom left. Pull the drain hose out of the clip. Using the Phillips screwdriver, take out 2 screws on the left of the filter and pull out the white housing. Take out 1 more Phillips screw at the bottom. Our next step is to get to the back of the washer top panel and using a Phillips screwdriver take out 2 bottom screws, 1 on each side at the plastic brackets. Slide the top back for the less than an inch and remove it. Pull the detergent dispenser out. Press the locking tab and remove it. Using the Phillips screwdriver, take 2 screws on the sides of the dispenser opening out. Continue to that right side corner of the panel and remove another Phillips screw from the inside. Pull on the top edge of the control panel to release the clips along the top. Open 2 retainer ties and disconnect the cluster of the plugs. Lift and remove the control panel. The next step is to open the washer door. Pry out and remove the retainer spring holding the door seal. Pull the door seal off the lip, push it inside. Using the Phillips screwdriver, take out a couple of screws that hold the door latch. Now move to the top of the front panel. We need to remove the 6 screws at the top edge. You can use a power tool or heavy-duty Phillips screwdriver to break them loose. After all the screws are removed, tilt the front panel out and lift it from the bottom hinges. The shock absorbers are mounted with 2 pins, one at the top and one at the bottom joints. Each pin has a locking tab that needs to be pushed down in order to remove it. We are going to use the 1/2-inch deep socket to do so. Push on the socket on the rear portion of the pin and using pliers, pull the pin out. Remove the shock out of the bracket and push it aside. Then remove the bottom pin the same way and take the old shock absorber out. This is the old shock absorber next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. Slide the new shock in the bottom bracket and align the holes. Put some Vaseline on the locking pin that's supplied in the kit and push it through the joint. Install and secure the top of the shock absorber the same way. Then replace the shocks on the opposite side and the rear of the washer exactly the same way. After the 3 shock absorbers are replaced, all we have left is to reassemble the washer. I hope you still have all the screws and parts ready. Let's dance! Bring the front panel, place the bottom on the hinges. Using the Phillips screwdriver, secure the panel with 6 screws. Reach in and fish out the door latch. Place it into the cutout and secure it with 2 Phillips screws. Install the boot seal on the outer lip. Make sure it's on properly. Put some soap on the retainer spring ring. Place it in the groove on the top and sides with the spring at 6 o'clock. Using the boot seal tool, stretch the spring and mount the retaining clamp in the groove. Check if it's all the way in. Pull hard on the seal. Install the Phillips screw inside the pump filter door opening near the bottom. Screw in the pump filter. Install the white bracket and secure it with 2 Phillips screws. Push the housing drain hose into the clamp. Install the little door on the hinges. Bring the control panel in place. Put the harness through and connect all the plugs. Secure the harness with 2 wire retainers. Adjust the control panel and clip it on by pushing it forward. Secure the right side with a single Phillips screw from the inside of the right corner, then install 2 more Phillips screws on the sides of the detergent dispenser opening. Clean the detergent drawer and slide it in. Install the top panel, align it and push it forward to lock. Then secure the panel with 2 Phillips screws. Open the water and check for leaks. Plug the washer in and have a happy laundry. Thanks for watching our troubleshooting video on fixing your LG washer's unbalanced issue with UE error code. Once you have identified the problem, take your washer's model number and visit AppliancePartsPros.com to order the parts you need, like shock absorbers or spider assembly. Most orders arrive within just a couple of days, so you can get started on your repair quickly. We have plenty of video guides to help you with the installation process. We would love to hear about your experience, so let us know how your repair went in the comments below. Good luck and happy repair!